So this represents a mural that's in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's right behind St. Augustine's University and a apartment complex called Washington Terrace. That area has been historically black for a long time. If you live in Raleigh, you know just right up the road is being gentrified completely. There are people moving there that have no idea about all of the black history that they're sitting on. It's not so much that they don't care, but there's no one there to teach them. And it should be us teaching everyone, not just ourselves, about our history. So this community, they call it a village, is made up of folks that lived in that area. They were presented by DHIC that, hey, we are building this for you. We're not moving y'all out to put people in here. We want y'all to live here, and it's going to be brand new. It's going to be wonderful. It used to be Section 8 housing. Now it's some of the most beautiful real estate I've ever seen. And they invited me to do a mural, and I decided to make a paint by numbers mural. So I did the outline. We put the mural up on a canvas outside, and then they had a reunion day, like a community day for everyone, and all of the residents that live in these different buildings in Washington Terrace was able to come down. I was there with my paint set up, and I painted the majority of the mural, but you know, if you had walked up, I was like, hey Mike, how about you come over here and help me paint this bush right here? Like, man, no, I ain't paint like that. Like, no, just go ahead, pick up the brush, hit it with that green a couple of times, and then we've just made some art together, and you can join all. And so it was just a wonderful day to share my art. And I met so many different artists, all ages, all types. And I wanted to revisit the design. So I went to go check on it, and it's definitely up and doing fantastically. But it reminded me that I actually had the schematics, more or less, the black and white, the pencil sketch that I had did, and actually never colored it in. So I just wanted to revisit that and think about that day, and just made some beautiful art. So I wanted a lot of green in the mural. The butterflies are one of my favorite animals or insects to draw and put into my art. The representation of change, the transformation, it just resonates with me, and that's represents the community. So when you see the butterflies here, it's actually the people that live in the community, and right now they're in a cocoon state. They're growing, they're manifesting, and one day, you know, you have some butterflies that are around, and you know, they're still in the same place, and they're flying around, and they're colorful, and they're mixing with another. And then you have a whole nother set that just go out into what they need to go out into. This is a part of my business model. I will find a design, remake it, redo it, and then turn it into a digital print. So normally you will only be able to see this in Washington Terrace, you know, as a giant mural, or you can now get it as a digital print from me on my website.